I'm about to expose 4 text messages that look completely innocent on the surface, but reveal the ugly truth about what's really happening when she says, "He's just a friend." As a woman who's been on both sides of this equation, I know exactly what these messages mean, and most of you are walking around completely blind to them. By the time I finish breaking down these texts, you'll never look at her phone the same way again. You'll recognize the patterns, understand the psychology, and most importantly, you'll stop letting her gaslight you into thinking you're paranoid. Before we dive into these relationship-destroying messages, hit that like button if you want the raw, unfiltered truth about female behavior. Subscribe and ring the bell if you're tired of being played and manipulated. Drop a comment and tell me what city you're watching from. I want to know how many men worldwide are finally ready to wake up to these warning signs. Today, I'm breaking the female code of silence because someone needs to warn you about what's really happening behind that screen. Text number 1. You always know how to make me laugh. She shows you this message and says, "See? It's completely innocent. He's just funny, that's all. We're friends. You're being paranoid." And you believe her because, honestly, it does look harmless. Just 2 friends sharing a laugh, right? Wrong. When a woman tells a man he makes her laugh, she's really saying he makes her feel good, that he brightens her day, that she looks forward to his messages. But here's the part that should terrify you. That emotional energy, that joy, that laughter, it used to be yours. She used to light up when you made her laugh. She used to send you those smiling emojis. Now she's giving that same emotional currency to another man. When a woman starts finding her happiness and laughter outside her relationship, she's already taken the first step away from you. She's already begun the process of emotional replacement. And if you think that's disturbing, wait until you see what text number 2 really means. This one made me physically sick when I realized the psychology behind it. Text number 2, "Don't tempt me." She brushes this off as just banter or he's being silly. She makes you feel like an insecure child for questioning it. "It's just a joke," she says. "You're reading too much into it." Gentlemen, this is not banter. This is foreplay disguised as friendship. "Don't tempt me" is her way of saying, "I'm thinking about it, but I need plausible deniability." She's acknowledging his advance while keeping her hands clean. She's flirting back without technically crossing the line. Yet, this is how emotional affairs begin. One harmless, flirtatious exchange at a time. She tests the waters with messages like this, seeing how he responds, seeing how far she can push the boundaries without technically cheating. But psychologically, she's already cheating. She's engaging in intimate banter with another man. She's entertaining thoughts and fantasies she should only be having about you. She's giving him access to a part of herself that should be reserved for her partner. The most dangerous part, this message creates a feedback loop. He gets encouraged by her response and pushes a little further next time. She gets excited by the attention and responds a little more boldly. Each exchange escalates the emotional and tension until the inevitable happens. But those first 2 texts are nothing compared to the emotional manipulation masterclass in text number 3. This one is pure female duplicity at its finest. Text number 3, "I wish I could tell you everything." This looks vulnerable, doesn't it? She's confiding in a friend. Maybe she's stressed about work, dealing with family drama, going through a rough patch. She's just seeking emotional support, right? This is the most dangerous text of all 4. She is telling him everything. Your fights, your insecurities, your problems in bed, your financial struggles, every private detail of your relationship. She's turning your intimate partner issues into content for her emotional affair. "I wish I could tell you everything" is manipulation disguised as vulnerability. She's creating artificial intimacy by making him feel special, chosen, trusted. She's positioning him as her emotional confidant while positioning you as the problem she can't talk to him about. This message serves multiple psychological purposes. First, it makes him feel important and needed. Second, it creates a sense of forbidden intimacy. There are things she shares with him that she can't share with others. Third, it plants the seed that her current relationship is lacking in emotional connection. But here's the brutal truth. She can tell him everything. She just chooses not to do it when you're around. Those late-night conversations, those private moments, those deep emotional exchanges, they're happening. She's just being selective about when and where. This text is her way of acknowledging the depth of their connection while maintaining the fiction that they're just friends. It's emotional cheating disguised as friendship boundaries. When a woman creates this level of emotional intimacy with another man, the physical affair is just a matter of time. She's already given him her mind and heart. The body inevitably follows. And text number 4 might seem the most innocent of all, but it's actually the nail in the coffin of your relationship. Text number 4, you made me smile today. Sweet, right? Just gratitude between friends. Maybe he helped her with something, offered support during a difficult time, or simply brightened her day with a kind gesture. She's giving him credit for her happiness. She's making him feel like her emotional provider. She's attributing her positive emotions to his presence in her life. This isn't friendship, this is emotional dependency. When a woman sends this text, she's essentially saying, "You are the source of my joy today." Not her partner, not her family, not her own accomplishments, him. She's making another man responsible for her emotional well-being. This text represents the final stage of emotional replacement. She's no longer just enjoying his company or finding him attractive. She's emotionally dependent on him. She needs his validation to feel good about herself. She's giving him the power to affect her mood and her day. From a psychological perspective, this is devastating. She's training her brain to associate positive emotions with another man. Every time he makes her smile, every time he brightens her day, he's becoming more important to her emotional landscape. Here's what you need to understand. By the time you see these texts, it's probably too late. These aren't early warning signs. These are the final stages of emotional infidelity turning physical. She's already emotionally checked out of your relationship. She's already begun the process of replacing you with someone else. She's already crossed lines that should never be crossed in a committed relationship. The most insidious part is how she manages to make you feel guilty for questioning her behavior. She weaponizes your trust against you. She makes you feel insecure and controlling for having normal, healthy boundaries about emotional fidelity. When you see these patterns, you're not witnessing the beginning of a problem. You're seeing the end result of a process that's been going on for weeks or months. The emotional affair is already in full swing. The physical affair is just logistics at this point. So what do you do when you recognize these signs? First, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't let her convince you that you're being paranoid or insecure. Your gut is picking up on real behavioral changes. Second, have the conversation. Address what you've noticed directly and honestly. Don't let her deflect or minimize your concerns. Don't accept "we're just friends" as an explanation for inappropriate emotional intimacy. Third, understand that a relationship can't survive this level of emotional betrayal without serious work from both parties. If she's not willing to acknowledge the problem and cut contact with this person, you have your answer about where her priorities lie. If this video opened your eyes to patterns you've been ignoring, share it with every man you know. Too many good men are walking around blind while their relationships crumble beneath their feet. Subscribe for more uncomfortable truths about female behavior that no one else has the courage to tell you.